Do you know if your email marketing strategy is successful? Even so, do you know what's driving those results? You need to know what works and what doesn't. You can't build an email strategy if you don't know what to focus on. Hey everyone, my name is Shauna Carroll and I'm a Principal Channel Consultant at HubSpot. Working with marketing agencies and direct clients, trust me, I've seen a lot, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on email marketing. So let's dive in on how to analyze your marketing emails by getting advice from HubSpot Academy's free email marketing certification. So how can you analyze your marketing emails to begin optimizing and growing your email marketing strategy? Well, there are 3 metrics that you want to keep in mind.
There are 3 types of metrics that you want to analyze and track: individual email metrics, whole email marketing channel metrics, and return on investment. Each of these metrics is a part of your email marketing strategy, and to work towards improvement, you need to know what to track and what that metric signifies. These metrics will help you analyze the full picture of not only what is occurring on individual email sends, but how your entire email marketing strategy is performing.
Okay, cool. So let's start with 1, individual email metrics. Those are send metrics, open rate, click-through rate, conversion rate, and conversations.
The first number you will look at is the send metric. This is the number of emails your email tool tried to send. This number indicates what happened after any of your suppressions took place, whether from your list you added or unengaged contacts that were suppressed from the send. This number shows you any email recipients who can't be sent to, either because they unsubscribed, bounced, or were suppressed. You'll want to decide if these contacts should remain on your email send list, or even in your database. And this is the first step in your analysis. I recommend making a list of these types of contacts for you and your teams to review and see what decision you'd like to make on them, whether you want to remove them from your database or enter them into your re-engagement campaigns. This ongoing process will help you keep a healthy contact database.
Courtney makes a great point here. I think understanding what emails aren't being sent to your contacts lets you go in, do a deep analysis, and figure out how can you make that database more healthy.
When you created your email, you took a lot of steps to make sure the content was conveying the value you wanted, but you also spent time aligning the information outside of the body of the email to encourage someone to click into it.
Email open rate is actually one of my favorite metrics to look at. If your contacts aren't opening your email, you can spend all the time you want in the world making the perfect email. But if it's not being opened, what's the point? This is one I would really pay attention to.
The definition of your click-through rate is the percentage of people who clicked on a link in your email after opening it. These are the contacts who entered into your email and took the first step in completing the goal that you set when sending your email.
I totally agree with Courtney here. The click-through rate is going to show you how you're progressing towards your goal. If you have a low click-through rate, it's time to relook at that CTA. How can you make it more enticing for that prospect?
How many of your contacts opened, clicked, and then took the desired action? This measurement helps you see who made it all the way to your goal, and thus engaging at the level you were hoping for. Another measurement here is, were any conversations started? Did someone reply to your email? Reach out to you about the content? Your goal with any email you send as an inbound professional is to create conversations with the contacts you're interacting with.
Conversions are a great way to understand how relevant is that content to your persona. Do you really understand what that persona is interested in, and is your content capturing their attention? Secondly, let's look at your email marketing channel as a whole. Metrics to look at here are the traffic your channel is driving, conversions, and any click-through rate or open rate trends, and what device your email is being viewed on.
When you're analyzing your email channel performance, you're asking questions like, how many people engaged with my emails last month? How do emails impact the way I'm converting my contacts into long-lasting customers? And how is my email database growing or decaying? Each of these metrics will help you see the impact that email has on your business. Doing this channel analysis means looking at a few different metrics: traffic driven by email as a whole, conversions driven by your emails, the trends you see for clicks and open rates, and mobile versus desktop usage.
This is a great opportunity for you to look at your email channel versus other channels that you're using for your business. How effective is email marketing for your overall business? And do you need to invest more time? Or maybe do you need to change that strategy? This is a great way to get that overall bird's eye view. Thirdly, in the last part of email analysis, we'll take this data one step further and discuss your return on investment.
Your email marketing return on investment is the overall return your email campaigns bring in from your business's initial investment. Your contacts are interacting with you on multiple channels and having different conversations with you. But email is still playing a part in those conversations, and you want to be able to report on the return you're receiving from your efforts. When specifically looking at your return on investment, you'll analyze the numbers, but also the engagement and conversations that you started with your contacts. This interaction is also a return you're receiving when sending emails, making or continuing relationships with your contacts. For the return on investment dollar amount, take the following math and apply it to your email sends. Subtract the amount of money you invested in the campaign from the amount of money you made in additional sales. Divide that total by the amount invested in your campaign, and then multiply that result by 100. This is your return on investment.
Okay, so I think I have one more thing to add here. In my role, I deal with business owners, and I can stress they really care about this metric. ROI is the one thing they want to see for their marketing investment. Make sure to pay careful attention to this when you're looking at your overall email marketing campaign. Analysis is important for the continued growth of your email marketing strategy, and you can apply the learnings to other channels as well. When you find that a metric is underperforming, now you know how to investigate to figure out what's happening. Your email strategy won't be perfect from day one, but with analysis, you can constantly be improving and trending towards your goals. So where do we go from here? Once you start your email marketing certification, you'll get access to a lot more email marketing tactics that are both proven and effective. You can get started by checking out the link below. Now go forth and create those email campaigns. I'll see you soon. If you want more content like this, subscribe to our HubSpot Academy YouTube channel.